What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of
FORNEVERNEWS!
the only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. We don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done.
Okay, people, so welcome back to another episode. As always, in case you don't know, in fact, more so than ever recently, on YouTube, 65% of people watching this clip right now aren't subscribed. In fact, there's been a whole bunch of issues, so make sure if you think you subscribed to the channel, you double check just to make sure, because YouTube been bugging out lately. But it would help a lot if you're not subscribed to definitely hit that button and hit the bell to get all notifications, so that way you're notified whenever we drop a new episode of Forever News, usually Monday through Friday, and then on the weekend you get some other really cool anime manga related content as well. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there. I don't want to waste any more of your time. I want to talk some anime and manga stories. Let's go. And first story on the docket, it's something of a similar tune we've heard from quite a number of voice actors, but this time it's something a little bit more closer to the realm of what we're into, because a major mangaka, a major manga author slash artist, recently has been diagnosed with COVID and had to even take a week off of the manga, when they're actually a fairly more new serialization with the one that they're doing right now. Like, yeah, they're very notable for previous work, but with this one, it's a more fresh story. So to take a week off, it's kind of like unheard of when you're early on in your serialization. However, this had to happen because, according to this, it says regarding Yuji Kaku that Hell's Paradise Yuji Kaku reveals COVID-19 recovery break next week for Ayashimon manga. So when they reported this, they were already in recovery, thankfully, because that was, scary stuff. Manga creator Yuji Kaku revealed on Twitter on Monday that he was recently diagnosed with the new disease. Kaku said his recuperation period is already over and he has already completely recovered. He added, however, that while he was recovering, he was unable to continue working, so he had to completely stop writing his latest work, Ayashimon. He was unable to continue working, and so there will be no chapter of his Ayashimon manga, the 12th issue of Weekly Shonen Jump, February 21st, which just passed. So in case you're wondering as well, where's my chapter of Ayashimon? Where's, Yuji Kaku? What you doing? Yeah, he was sick and actually had to take the time to recover, which means that it wasn't the greatest, run. It wasn't an easy run with mild symptoms. It was enough to say, oh no, where usually mangaka are eager, especially newbies, new serialized mangaka, whatnot. They're usually on it really bad to get it done. So when they gotta sit down, it's a serious situation. Kaku added he was surprised he was infected, as because his occupation, he does not meet with much people, nor does he go outside during normal busy periods in the morning and evenings, but he added that he was lucky that his illness was minor, well, minor enough to, recover and whatnot. And yeah, so for starters, for people that were wondering, yo, what happened? Where's Ayashimon? What's going on, Yuji Kaku? He was out sick, he had the virus, and he even had to take a week off. But thankfully, he's already recovered, he's already good to go, so we know he's out of that neck of the woods, and it was only a week of, a break. So not too bad, I ain't gonna lie, I can't really complain on that aspect. Glad he's well. And yeah, for Ayashimon fans, even though it's looking a little bit scary, we'll see what those rankings or what the TOC shows next week, because yeah, being dead last week was scary. Then we're going on a break. I don't know. I gotta keep on saying it for the authors of Jump Plus. Coming to Shonen Jump is a risk and a gamble. Somebody like Tatsuki Fujimoto, he's a wild man, so he was brave enough to say, let's try Jump. It don't work, whatever. But he tried it, and Chainsaw Man became huge. Yuji Kaku, I don't know. I love Ayashimon, but is it going to become the next big thing, or is it already on Death's Door? Because yeah, they're putting it in the back of the magazine. Either way, we'll see. And once again, shout outs to Yuji Kaku. Can't wait for the return. Next up, another bummer. We was just talking about a break that was taken from a big manga. Well, another manga is taking a small, 1 week, but nevertheless small hiatus. And that manga is very notable around these parts. If you're subscribed to the channel, been a long time supporter, you know how much I really enjoy and love Black Clover. It says here, Black Clover will be on break next week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 13, the series will resume in issue 14 as scheduled. So it seems to be, just a scheduled break, nothing opposed to like what just recently happened, of course, with Yuji Kaku, the author via Shimon. This isn't that he's sick, it's just that, again, Jump is like, hey, we're in the 21st century. We should possibly start treating these authors like human beings and letting them get a little break once in a while, even though majority of them work through the break. Like, it's a rarity that they actually take a break when they're on break. But yeah, let's let them feel human for a little bit, why don't we? So that's always good on the business corporate side of things, right? Like, yeah, but no, on some serious shit, Black Clover on break, it is what it is. We're in a major arc right now, and getting those breaks in between, especially for somebody like Tabata with a family and stuff like that, love to hear it. Shout outs to Tabata, and can't wait for the next chapter of Black Clover. Okay, moving forward, this one was a very big deal. A lot of people were talking about it nearly all day, the day that this happened, because over the weekend, Viz Media, and I want to say a few other places, but I know for sure Viz Media posted this letter, and it comes from Shueisha. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the names of these companies, what they mean, who they are, Viz Media is a licensor for the West for anime and manga, more strongly with manga. Like, they get most of the big titles you know of. Usually Viz Media are the ones that handle them. There's a few other distributors, but Viz is the biggest one to my knowledge. And then they also occasionally get like an anime title or two. Like, they had, they still have Naruto and Bleach, and then they've been picking up here and there. They get like One Punch Man, they'll get a little title here or there, whatnot. But in particular, especially when it comes to manga, they have almost every big title you could possibly think of. There's a few exceptions, but nevertheless, they're a very key player. So them posting a letter on behalf of Shueisha speaks volumes, and the letter also speaks for itself as well, but definitely speaks volumes in terms of like the position that a lot of these companies are getting put into. Like, now Viz Media, the fact that they're going this route and whatnot is showing that no, we stand in solidarity with what's going on. Y'all been seeing lately on the landscape of YouTube, at the very least, how many horrible things, one thing after another, the totally not marked situation. Like, there's been a lot of things that's been going on, and then now this just definitely gets me a little bit worried about the future of things, how far they're gonna go with this combat against piracy. And a good chunk of these piracy things is not piracy, but at the same time, this is also, I guess, expanding on a story that we recently covered. Y'all remember, in case you don't, it was about Cloudflare, this big organization that has these servers that host pirated manga. So this is also an extension on that behalf. But just the fact that Viz Media put the note out there on behalf of Shueisha does say something. Let's read. Shueisha. 4 publishers filed lawsuit against Cloudflare seeking injunctions against public transmission and reproduction of piracy content and damages. Also, by the way, this is definitely to put out an example of what they're trying to, trying to strike fear in the hearts of would-be pirates, would-be hosts in the future by letting this be known. On February 1st, Shueisha Inc., together with Kadokawa, Kodansha, and Shogakukan, filed a lawsuit against Cloudflare Inc., headquarters San Francisco, California, USA, in the Tokyo District Court, seeking an injunction against the public transmission and reproduction of piracy contents and compensation for damages. The amount of damages claimed is based on 1 work by each plaintiff and $4 million in total for 4 works as a partial claim. The plaintiffs' 4 publishers, together with their legal advisors, have been repeatedly called for Cloudflare concerning 9 specific piracy sites which clearly infringe copyrights and the infringing content illegally stored on those sites. Stop public transmissions through Cloudflare's server, stop temporary catching of Cloudflare's servers in Japan, and cancel contracts with operators of piracy sites that are clearly illegal. Although Cloudflare eventually responded that they had taken the necessary measures for the sites in question, the company refused to provide any specific explanation as to which sites they had taken what measures. Above all, it is difficult to believe that the company had taken effective measures when the sites in question continue to operate at the same communication speed as before. Furthermore, technical verification by experts show there is a high probability that the piracy sites are still using the company's services and caching are still utilized. Based on the above background and recognition of the current situation, the 4 publishers have filed a lawsuit against Cloudflare seeking an injunction against the public transmission and reproduction of piracy contents and compensation for damages. Cloudflare is one of the largest content delivery network providers in the world. Cloudflare provides its service to 9 of the top 10 malicious piracy sites in terms of traffic as of December 2021. It's interesting how different organizations, different industries catch up and do similar moves that were already done. This reminds me of a lot of like when the music industry was on their crusade against piracy and they attacked, remember Mega Upload? If you're a little bit, you know what I'm saying, you know a Mega Upload, and of course, you know the originals, Napster, LimeWire, Kazaa, all of those. But yeah, this kind of is giving me those vibes. Like the manga industry is just now, because all of these companies bought into these big conglomerates and whatnot, now they're on the counterattack on all of this stuff. CDN providers set up high capacity servers in various parts of the world and temporarily duplicate the contents of the contracted sites on these servers to distribute the access points from users, while at the same time ensuring the communication speed of the sites by delivering data from the several closest to the users. The service itself is recognized as one of the public services essential for maintaining a comfortable internet environment. The services provided by CDN providers in various countries are recognized as one of the public services that are indispensable for maintaining a comfortable internet environment. Major CDN providers take various measures to ensure that the site operator's identity is properly verified at the time of contract signing and that the site does not distribute illegal or unfair content. By contrast, Cloudflare CDN does not limit a period of free service and can be contracted with insufficient identification. Therefore, by using Cloudflare services, site operators can maximize the benefits of CDN services while keeping the origin server provider and the operator's IP address secret. Because of these characteristics, many piracy site operators who do not want to be identified are turning to Cloudflare's CDN service. The origin servers and the other communication infrastructure used by the piracy sites do not have the capacity to handle more than 100 million accesses per month, even from the perspective of operating costs. Therefore, if Cloudflare service is discontinued, it will be impossible or extremely difficult for many malicious pirate sites to operate. In other words, Cloudflare service has become indispensable for the operation of many malicious piracy sites. Through this lawsuit, the 4 plaintiffs and their legal advisors would like to ask society whether the uncooperative attitude that Cloudflare has shown over the past few years in response to requests for cooperation in fighting piracy is appropriate for a company that is responsible for the public service of telecommunications infrastructure. Operating a pirate site is a criminal act. In order to fulfill our role as a publisher and trusted rights on contents that authors have poured their heart and soul into creating and to distribute them in an appropriate manner, Shueisha will continue to take strict action against infringements, both criminal and civil. We would like to ask for the understanding and cooperation of our readers and related parties, and it just lists their advisors, and I know that was a lot, but yeah, in a nutshell, they're not playing. They're going after these Cloudflare people. They have the money and the backing now to do so. They got the locations, and they're setting a big example. This is a big example, and I don't want to say a scare tactic because they are very serious. Like, there's legitimately some trouble you will see if you mess around with them right now. They're not playing no more. They want to expand, and to do that, they feel like they got to scale out as much piracy out of this industry as you can, so that way you can make it more profitable. They feel like the pirates will eventually, because they love the medium so much, resort to paying for it. And I can see that with streaming services. I don't know about like they're gonna ever resort to buying Blu-rays again or something like that. I think that's kind of, that ship has sailed. But I could see pirates, if the option is not available and they see it's like $2.99 a month, or they see it's $4.99, whatever, I could see some people, if they really love it, actually supporting it, and that would bring in some people. So I could understand that aspect, but the way they're going about it aggressively is all freaking wrong. Everywhere that we've seen on the platform, this publisher has shown us that they're not taking any sort of measures to ensure that people that are just talking around this stuff are safe, and it's not cool. So I don't know, definitely an interesting case to say the least, and I think that Shueisha are clearly showing their hand that they're not pussyfooting around. They're coming after their copyright. And it's been a long time coming in terms of like all of these services, but I also got to throw in the big argument that everybody would use, the fact that for the series that are not available in those locations, is more of a slippery slope of like, hey, well, you know what I'm saying, we're not stealing because it's not available here to buy anyway. So I'm always going to hear that argument, and I get that argument, and I'm not for the publishers by any means, but I'm also not necessarily against the pirates, if that makes sense, because there are some legitimate reasons. But yeah, there's my 2 cents on that one. That was a little bit of a lengthy read. Shueisha, Kodansha, Shoga, all of these corporations, they are coming after the pirates, and this Cloudflare thing is going to be like a big, like, you know when Usopp shot down the flag and shit like that? this is what it seems to be what they're trying to do. This is the literature publishing industry's attempt at what the music industry kind of almost succeeded in to a certain degree. So yeah. Moving forward, something from the realm of Dragon Ball that blew a lot of people's minds. Like this film, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, because of the fact that it is a 3D CGI film. Nobody wants none of that 3D, CG. No. We don't want that. However, this is what we're left with. They're playing around with a few different things. I'm hearing some rumors. I'm hearing some hubbub about what the villain is going to truly be, and it's not going to be just what, yada, yada, yada. I'm hearing all that stuff. But however, this right here was something that got me a little bit excited. Like, yay, they're actually finally going to show, appearance-wise, on two characters in particular, that time has passed. And those two characters I'm referring to are two that stood the same looking age from Majin Buu all the way through Super, even though years have passed, Goten and Trunks, because right here it says Dragon Ball Super Superhero anime film to open. Oh, we also got the date for North America as well. In North America this summer, the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 22 event on Saturday revealed that the Dragon Ball Superhero anime film will open in North America this summer, and the event was streamed, yada yada. So we're definitely getting it this summer. But the big thing of it all was that they showed a full-on stretch of this poster that initially we see Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, yada yada yada, and stretched over to the left side is Krillin, 18, Bulma, again nobody really cares, and it's teenage Goten and Trunks, and oh my god, there's so many possibilities. I think people are still on the boat of from all the way back then. Remember when it was like, yo, there's 7 and 8 and they could go Super Saiyan, oh my god. I think people are still on that boat of hoping that these two, especially now with these cool character designs aged up and shit like that, it would be nice for them to be able to be useful and show some really cool shit. I am so pumped. And they're doing the fusion, so we might see teenage Gotenks. Oh my god, this is hype. This is the hypest thing. Like, yeah, we're getting in North America in the summer. Cool beans. And I guess it's also a little weird because besides Dragon Ball Z's final episode, we still have yet to see what they look, and we probably won't see what they look like in full-on traditional 2D because this is still based on their 3D composite. So I don't know. If we do get a TV anime at some given point and this gets adapted into 2D, it'll be dope to see what they look like. But I ain't gonna lie, the designs look really dope. I like those designs better than the ones that we got at the end of Z. I'm gonna be honest with you. They look better here than they did in Z. And yeah, I'm excited. Like, okay, so there's a couple of dope things about this film that make you want to go watch it. This Goten and Trunks thing right here, a big one. The fact that the Red Ribbon Army is there, okay. Gohan throwing hands, that is something very big. Gohan looking like he's gonna have his moment. Gotta wait and see, I guess, though, because I don't know. I'm still like, And either way, people, Goten, Trunks, teenagers, let's go. It finally freaking happened, folks. This is not a false alarm. Okay, people, and last story of the episode, we got the weekly Shonen Jump author comments. I want to dig right in. Let's jump straight through. We got a new series that I have yet to talk about as well. It's called Earthchild, and the author is Hideo Shinkai. He said, "My name is Hideo Shinkai, and I'll work super hard to create a manga that will give you a smile." And I felt like saying it with a deep voice, because why the hell not? Let's go. We got Gege Akutami, author of Jujutsu Kaisen. First, I have to draw cockroaches, and now I'm only given wafers. This is abuse, I tell you. Yo, imagine I put the FORNEVERNEWS episode, the title I put, Jujutsu Kaisen author accuses manga of abuse. That would be some wild ass clickbait. Oh, maybe we roll with that. Who knows? It sounds like a good joke, right? Good joke? Yeah, comedy. Hey. We got Richiro Inagaki, author of Dr. Stone. Will humans be going to the moon for fun and taking selfies soon? That'd be amazing. Let's see. I can't wait to see it happen, right? We got Gen Osuka, author Doran Dororan. I had hot chocolate and dorayaki. This combo was sweet happiness. I'm hoping you enjoy. I'm glad you're enjoying because you're doing a lot better than your counterparts in the Shonen Jump rankings. Let's scoot on over here. We got... Let's go to Hajime Komodo, author of Marshall. Pure gummy powder is delicious. I wish they sold it separately. Alrighty then. We got Horikoshi, the author of the supposedly ending by the end of this year manga, My Hero Academia. Monoma's character design is based on Dane DeHaan from Amazing Spider-Man 2. Okay, dope insight there. We got Yuki Tabata, author of Black Clover. My staff has been playing games remotely together and also showing great teamwork with the manga. They are amazing. That's dope. You got a good staff. Shout outs there. I don't know why I just want to read this one. This is from the author of Witch Watch, Kenta Shinohara. My 6-year-old daughter gave me 1,000 yen and said, now you don't have to work so hard. That's so sad. That's probably more than what he made that day. No. But yeah, people, those were the weekly Shonen Jump author comments. Wow, I can't believe the author of Jujutsu Kaisen is being abused in Shonen Jump. This is terrible. Like, oh my god. But I'm curious what you guys thought about this episode of FORNEVER News. Favorite story, most important story, your thoughts on that Shueisha threat letter and whatever the heck they were trying to do with that, and your overall thoughts of anything we covered in this one, something I didn't cover you would like to see me cover in the future. Let me know, lads. That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of
FORNEVERNEWS.
Have an awesome day.
So just go to ForneverWorld.